Thank you for joining me today on this Porsche Taycan Turbo GT with the Weissach pack build. That's a mouthful, yes. But this is a very cool car for a few specific reasons. It has the fastest Nurburgring time, which in and of itself is not that crazy. However, it is still a huge improvement over what the previous Taycan was able to do. So this at least gives us an idea of what the Taycan should be capable of now. So here we are, we're doing this live. We're going to do a build. You can follow along, see all the mistakes that I make along the way, because there's a lot of editing that happens in these videos that I do. So here you go. You get to see it happen in real time. So let's go ahead and pull up the website. There we go. So we've got the new Taycan Turbo website up here. So over here to the right, we've got the Turbo GT with the Weissach 0 to 60 in 2.1 seconds, which Porsche is famously very conservative on those numbers. So it probably is going to be the same, if not faster than the Plaid. We will see. 1,019 horsepower and a top speed of 190 miles per hour, which is unheard of for an electric vehicle because you're using a lot of energy to get up to those speeds. They usually limit them at a much lower speed because that's all they really need. But let's go ahead and configure one out. And starting off, of course, we've got the color. And this is something that I really don't like that manufacturers are doing now. Colors aren't just like metallic or matte anymore. They are shades, dreams, legends. Come on, Porsche. You can do better than this. But we are going to see what we have available in this paint to sample because we're building it the way I would do it. So might as well do something that is really cool. I love the Gulf blue, love Etna blue. If you can't tell, I like blues. Nogaro blue, classic Audi color. Ruby Star, that one's faded a little bit since they now have the Ruby Star Neo because that is a more common color now. But I don't know what exactly I would go with on this. Honestly, I might go with something like a Viper Green just because it's bold. It's the Weissach Pack Turbo GT and it's a green car, right? So makes sense. So let's try this out. We'll try it on for size, see how I feel about the Viper Green. Honestly, the Purple Sky Metallic that it launched with is very cool, very similar to like the ultraviolet color. And here we go. My website just decided to go very slow. Porsche, their website in general, it tends to be slow. That's why I usually don't do these live, at least with the Porsches, because yeah, their website is not the best. So let's try these satin neodyme wheels. Kind of matches those brake calipers. I think that actually looks pretty good with the green. So we're going to go ahead and keep going with that. GT interior package. We're going to go with the GT silver accents rather than the blue, obviously, because we have a green exterior. So no point in going with that. But let's see if we can open up the 360 view. As I was pulling this up, just looking at the pictures before I did the configurator, I did this 360 view and it never showed the back seats, which on the Turbo GT with the Weissach pack, there isn't a back seat. It's actually just like a roll bar. Oh, this one, it doesn't let me do a 360 view. But as I was saying, on the one that I was looking at, what they did is they just basically had a picture of the headrest. So I'd do the 360 turnaround and it would just black out the entire image because it was showing me the headrest. It never showed me the back seat. But there it is. There you can actually see a picture of the back seat. Obviously, no real back seat. Being a four-door car without a back seat, interesting choice, but they stripped it out just to see how fast they could make this thing. And honestly, it's pretty cool. I don't know if I would personally buy one, but if I were to buy one, I think this is the way that I would do it. I do want to actually put the mirrors in that green. No, actually, we're going to go back on that. I do like the black because of the black accents here and that rear wing. That looks really nice. So we're going to go Go ahead and do that. We're not going to do the full Taycan design wrap. No. Why? For $11,400 too. That's too much. Yeah. Model designation in exterior color. Yes, we are going to do that for $270. That's not a bad deal. Colored model designation on doors. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, just a little tiny turbo GT. I wish I could get that in that satin neodyme color, but like I mentioned, there are a lot of black accents, so that's not a bad deal. Performance. What other performance can we add to this thing? Nothing. Single speed transmission on the front, 2-speed transmission on the rear axle, which is one thing that I really do like about the Porsche Taycan is that it does have a transmission, so it feels like it shifts, so it has more feel than your typical electric vehicle. And after looking at that rear end, we're not going to do the body color. We got to go in black because of the black accents. So let's go ahead and change that. And then here we go back to that. Yeah, that does look better not having that blend in with the green. Lights and vision. Light strip with illuminated Porsche logo. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do it in glacier blue, which is their kind of EV color, but we're just going to have it regular illuminated. Let's go ahead with the storage package. I have no idea what that includes, but for $280, storage tray below the ascending front center console, storage tray in the rear center console, and bag hook in the rear luggage compartment. Okay, where's the rear center console in this? But anyway, moving on, we do have the seatbelts in the GT Silver, like we talked about earlier. I'm not going to bother with any of like the bespoke keys or things like that. I'll save that for like a max spec build where you just click all the options and see what you come up with. Let's see though. Door sills in carbon fiber illuminated. I do like that idea. So those are actually a $1,970 option. Gonna go ahead and do that though. Fire extinguisher? Maybe. This is kind of the race car version of their electric car, so let's go ahead and put a fire extinguisher in there just for kicks and giggles, right? All right, Bose surround sound system, probably stripped out standard, so let's get some sound in there because you're not getting any motor sound. You can make that excuse when you have a motor, say, oh, I'm just going to listen to the exhaust. You don't have that option here. So we are going to add the surround sound system. Although you can add the Porsche Electric Sport sound, which is okay. It is a synthetic sound, but I don't dislike it. Let's just put it that way. So there we go. Look at that. There's our illuminated rear logo. Actually looks pretty cool, all lit up. And then you've got that big wing. You've got wide fenders. This thing honestly looks aggressive. When this first came out, I was surprised at how much I really did like it. Oh, and I didn't even notice that Weissach logo there with, yeah, that is really cool on the end planes of the wing. And that thing looks pretty good. I would do that Viper Green with those satin neodyme wheels. What do you think, though? What would you do differently? What are the things that I did completely wrong on that? Is the Taycan Turbo GT even a viable car where it's four-door with only 2 seats? I don't know. That's up to you to decide, but that is where I'm at. That is the way that I would personally do it. Feel free to comment on how you would personally do it because I want to hear it. I want to hear what you would do differently when you built out your new Taycan or really any Porsche, because honestly, I'd spec a lot of them the same way depending on which vehicle I get. So that's it for this live. We are going live every Wednesday, and I appreciate everybody who jumps in on the live or that comes later. That's totally fine. Make sure to drop a comment and let me know that you are here and watching it either live or watching it later on the replay. But with that, thank you for watching. I will catch you on the next video.